Let's see. We're live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Easter. Uh, Jesus is the reason for the season. I'm very excited about Easter. I made a post, I think maybe an hour ago, talking about how, um, the season, what the season represents, and how Jesus came to die for us. And the most important thing we need to remember was not that he died, but he actually rose from the dead. And that gives us access to a whole lot of benefits, as believers, as Christians. So that's the reason for the season. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Adeposi Okupe, and I'm your host for today as usual. Thanks for joining me on the Wealth Crusade. So we're live on Facebook, and let me pause this. All right. So for those of us who know, I'm live. I'm broadcasting live from Warri in Delta State. Live from Warri in Delta State, and my camera is not camera now. My network is not strong enough. So I'm having challenges broadcasting to Instagram, but we're live on Facebook. So I hope we get Instagram up and running. So thanks for joining me on the World Crusade. We do this every Sunday night, no matter where I am in the world, 9 p.m. to 9:30 Lagos time. We're going to come and talk about how to build wealth from scratch and solve the money problem once and for all. Okay, so how would you love to end this money issue once and for all? We found there are ways, there are strategies, there are principles, things you can apply starting today, and you can start seeing results immediately. All right, so let me know where you're joining me from. If you are joining me from Lagos, from Warri, where I am, let me know. If you're joining me from Accra, from Abuja, from Johannesburg, from Port Harcourt, let me know. Let me know where you're joining from. So let's type in the comment so I can see where you're joining me from. Today is part 3. So we've done part 1, we've done part 2, and today is part 3. So I advise you to actually go back and watch the first 2 parts of this series. Okay. Mr. Kayade from Ogun State. All right. Thank you for joining, Mr. Kayade. I see you live and direct. So the first week we talked about, there are actually 6 pillars. There are 6 pillars we talked about. The first one was spiritual foundations. I said you need to understand what wealth is about. What is the purpose for wealth? And we established a lot. I'm not going to go into details of that today because of time, but you can go again, as I said. Just check if you're on Instagram, check my feed, my live feed. You will see last Sunday's episode, and you will see, upper Sunday's episode. So you can watch those 30 minutes each. The first day we talked about spiritual foundations, knowing the purpose for wealth, understanding that wealth is, stewardship. It's God that gives wealth. All right, it says the blessing of God makes rich and adds no sorrow. But more beyond that, there's a purpose why God gives wealth. So from our understanding, from our background, wealth has a direction. It's not about becoming the richest man, on Forbes list in the world. If you're going to become wealthy, you need to have the understanding that wealth is for a purpose. All right, we talked about mindset. We talked about relationships. What kinds of relationships should you have? Should you keep? We talked about how to assess, evaluate your relationships, and how to consciously create the relationships that will help you build wealth. Some of you, everything is working right for you. It's just that you are in the wrong relationships. You are hanging around the wrong people and you are getting advice from the wrong people. That's all that is wrong with you. Every other thing is good except your relationships. So you have to evaluate those relationships and start creating new relationships that will help you, build and maintain wealth. All right. So you have to build wealth, you have to maintain it, and you have to multiply it. These are three things. And funny thing is, or interesting thing is that you need different skill sets for these different things. So that's another ball game on its own. So that's week one. In week two, we talked about three more pillars. We talked about your work ethic and your discipline. We said that wealth is not something that comes by mistake. You can never get rich, by stumbling upon wealth. Nobody ever stumbled upon wealth. So if you get rich, you will not be surprised. I mean, if you get wealthy, in the sense that we're talking about, it's not going to come as a surprise. All right, you will know that you took conscious steps in that direction, and when it comes, you will know what it's for. All right, so you cannot stumble upon wealth. There's a discipline that is required to build and maintain wealth. We talked about your financial vehicles. All right, you cannot want to build wealth fast and be in a slow vehicle. There are fast vehicles, there are slow vehicles, there are reliable vehicles, and there are risky vehicles. There are vulnerable vehicles, and there are secure vehicles. Okay, so you need to understand what financial vehicle will get you to your desired goal. Okay, and our goals are different. All right, everyone has their own personalized or customized goals for wealth depending on the purpose, the scale, and their context. So and their mindset as well. All right. So you need that to understand your financial vehicles. And the last step is what we are going to talk about today. I'm excited about this because this one alone is can be a full course. It can be a full course on its own. Just this last pillar, the sixth pillar. All right. Is there anybody here that has been with us from first series to the next first episode, second episode, and to the third episode? Let me know. I can see Sagi.tech on Instagram. Let me wave back to you. Thanks for joining. Good evening. Happy Easter. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a great weekend. All right. I'm broadcasting here from live from Warri. I've been here since Tuesday. Okay, on business. But also this weekend was my younger brother's wedding in Delta State here in Abraka. It's a more remote part of Delta. So I went over there on Friday morning, for the engagement, and then Saturday wedding, Sunday, um, Thanksgiving, and then I came back to Warri this afternoon to have some other meetings here, business meetings, and then we're live here doing this live stream. Okay, so it's been a packed week, but I'm excited. I'm excited because we are moving. The ministry is moving. All right. So, what are we talking about today? Principles, strategies, and tactics. That's the sixth pillar. Principles, strategies, and tactics. Somebody can help me type it. Principles, strategies, and tactics. After you've gotten the right purpose for wealth, the right mindset, the right relationships, the right work ethic, you fine tune your vehicle. You need to have a principle, all right? You need to have a strategy. You need to have tactics. As I said, if you are ever going to become wealthy, it's not going to come by accident. You are not ever going to stumble upon wealth just because it happened. It cannot. Wealth doesn't happen to people. wealth wealth doesn't happen to people. It's a product of a particular system. It's a product of systems. It's a product of consistency, implementing in a fixed direction. All right. So you need to have a strategy. And I'm going to touch on some aspects of strategy so we understand what I'm saying by strategy. You know, I say this a lot, and I say that most people, in fact, a lot of us as humans, we get into so much trouble by our definitions. It's not like you most people are dumb or stupid. It's just that when you're trying to define something, and if you have the wrong definitions, any conclusion you draw is going to be wrong. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if you're starting out with the wrong definition of something, any challenge, any problem, any project, if your definition is wrong, you are always going to get the wrong result because you'll be walking in the wrong direction. So, there's a lot of quotes out there talking about success, how to become successful, how to become rich, how to become a millionaire. All right. There are thousands of books. There are so many courses, seminars, programs, coaching programs, systems, platforms telling you how to become a millionaire, all right, or a billionaire. I've not seen any course telling people how to become a billionaire, but at least I've seen telling people how to be millionaires. But as I said, there are specific strategies. You need a strategy. If you follow the system I've been laying down for the last 2 weeks, if you have the right relationships, for example, one of the important things about wealth, I say, is your circle. If you hang around 9 wealthy people, all right, you are going to learn their strategies. You are going to hear what's happening. This is why people like to hang out in clubs. I'm not saying nightclubs now. I mean like country clubs, okay, where they can meet other, wealthy people, highly influential people. By mixing with those kinds of people, you begin to hear, you know, get clues of what's working now. How are people ordering their business? What opportunities are open to be exploited right now? And how are they going about it? If on the street, there's a certain limitation. Oh, nobody can import this product because customs has banned it or whatever. That's just off my head. When you go to those kind of associations, you find somebody who has cracked that code, and the guy is sharing it openly that, hey, this is the way, this is how this thing is working. You can actually go to this agency, get an exemption. You know, that is what happens when you have the right relationship. So you need to have a strategy. Don't think that because people that go to country clubs, they just want to show off that they have money. No, it's an investment for them because they know it's an insurance. Because when they are rubbing minds with the people that are successful, they will always be in that clique. They will always know what's happening, what's working. They will know when danger is coming. When somebody who is close to the governor, gets a tip that in 2 months' time they're going to shut down this particular line of business. Let me give you an example. Um, we had Gokada, right? We had Gokada in Nigeria, and one day the Lagos State government just woke up and said they are banning uh, Okada, motorcycles and all that in Lagos. If you're in Lagos, you must have heard, and I'm sure that news even went around the entire country. But the government did not just wake up one day to make that announcement. All right, somebody in government must have leaked the information somewhere, but the owner of this company was just not in the right, in the right click to get that information. Maybe they could have forestalled it. Maybe they could have prepared themselves for that news so that it doesn't come as a surprise. And maybe they may not have been anything they could do about it. But the fact still remains that if you are in some exclusive circles, if you are networking with highly influential, successful people, you will get information, you will get clues, you will learn what is working. There are some things that I've learned not from education, right? I learned it just by association. So you can learn by education, but you can learn practical things by association. So Actually, networking is a strategy. You need to understand what you're doing. Sometimes, let me give you another strategy I use. Most times when I'm in Lagos or I'm in a new place, I like to go and work in hotel lobbies. I like to go and work in cafes. All right. Instead of just staying in my room, I'm broadcasting from my hotel room now. But throughout this afternoon, this evening, I was working in the lounge. I could work here, but I'm working in the lounge because I know in this hotel some business people will be here. I'm here to meet people. So why should I stay secluded? Why should I stay shut off from the world? I'm out there working, and I may meet somebody who connects me, to open the city to me, something like that. So I like working in cafes, and it works. I've actually met a lot of people like that. I've met people. Some have turned into business partners. Some just acquaintances. And then when I'm coming to the city, who knows if an opportunity may open up. So that's a strategy. I'm intentional about where I'm working. I'm intentional about where I'm staying. I'm intentional about where I'm eating. I'm going to eat, but let me go and eat here because I will likely. That's why some people fly business class. That's another strategy. It's not just flying to show off. All right. Yes, the comfort is there, the privileges are there, but when you fly business class or first class, you are prone to meet some certain kinds of people. All right. These are strategies. If you're trying to network up, you're trying to network up. These are strategies you need to apply, and they work. All right, they work. The problem most people have, and I'm just going to give you this. This will help you a lot. The challenge is a lot of people are applying strategies and tactics without the purpose being established. You understand? Without the purpose of wealth being established. If you have not understood where wealth sits, what the purpose is, and what you want to achieve with it, and you just want to make money with the tactics, you will always end up in the wrong place. So when we've fine-tuned we've fine-tuned the purpose, we've fine-tuned your mindset, we've fine-tuned your relationship, your work ethic. When it comes to tactics, I tell you, it's just one tactic can take you to $1 million. One strategy, one tip you hear from somewhere because you are already prepared. What messes up a lot of people is the things that happen internally because they're just not ready. The pillars are not in place. All right. Or you have two pillars and your building is like this. Okay. So when those pillars are not in place, it messes you up because when the money comes, you won't know what to do with it. The people that they call money misroad. All right. Have you heard those people that they call money misroad? Like the worst thing that could happen to this person was that money entered his hands. May that not be your story in Jesus' name. Okay. So I'm just giving you some tactics, all right? When you come for my workshop, okay, because I'm gonna start doing workshops soon. I will decide if that will be virtual or physical or maybe both. But when we have intensive workshops, we will go into details on these things. But I can give you this for free. If your mindset is wrong, if your purpose is not outlined, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know the direction, all right. If you don't have the work ethic, the money is actually going to destroy you. I'm telling you, there's so much going around now. If you enter on online space, you can go to if you go on YouTube, many of those things you see on YouTube are strategies and tactics. There are strategies for e-commerce, strategies for online marketing, affiliate marketing, cryptocurrencies, blockchain, coaching programs. Name it, even offline. There are strategies, all right, for building wealth, for making money. But if you don't have those things outlined, it's either the money will come and there won't be anything to retain it, or the money will come and that will be the cause of your downfall. Okay, let me give you one strategy that could be a takeaway for all of you here. All right, um, this is a strategy for wealth. Okay, if you understand the cash flow quadrant, all right, I termed it my wealth formula is a strategy. Okay, I've given you 6 pillars. If you've been listening to me for a while, you have heard me talk about my wealth formula. It's a strategy. I said number one is increase your income. Somebody will say, come, I'm making 1 million naira per month. Hey, it's not enough. I'm making 2 million naira per month is not enough. I don't care if you're making 10 million naira per month. If you are trying to build wealth, all right, you don't build wealth with by eating the money you are making. So for example, okay. So for example, you're making 1 million naira per month. You're living in Lekki phase one, or you're living, I don't know, anywhere on the island, and you're spending X amount of money per month. All right, you're paying your taxes. You have your children's school fees. You have your medical bills, health insurance. You have car expenses, repairs, and all those things. You have upgraded your lifestyle. Okay. At the end of the day, you don't really have anything to show for that income apart from the nice clothes you are wearing and the nice place you are living, the nice car you're driving. That's why a lot of people, though they look like they are okay, but the stress level is so high. I do not have any amount of stress personally, mentally. I don't have that stress because I'm building my wealth not on my active income. I'm building my wealth on passive income. It's a strategy. And this is the strategy that I teach in the Wealth Crusade. All right. So I'm just trying to let you know that you need to be intentional about how you are even building wealth. So I said number one, that you're not earning enough money. Even if the money you're earning is enough for you, it's not enough for your family, because don't make the mistake of thinking that the money you are earning is just for you alone. All right. There are people that raised you to where you are. There are people that you are going to be responsible for. And with every new level you get to, all right, your responsibilities increase. At some level, you will be responsible for people in your community. At some level, you'll be responsible for other people in your family. Okay. So you don't build wealth on your active income. Your active income. Now, this is the strategy, and this is my strategy. Okay. So if you don't agree with me, it's fine. It's working for me. I take my I said you don't earn enough money. So what that means is look for a way to increase the amount of money you are earning. There are many ways of doing that. Either you are increasing the value of your skill. So, for example, my wife runs a leather business, leather works business. So she makes leather bags. She makes accessories, wallets, you know, palm slippers, handbags, briefcase, traveling bag, leather quality. But the people that are working for her, there are some that all they know how to do is to attach the strap of the bag. They don't know how to make the bag. They just know how to make one part of the bag. All right. There are some that all they know how to do is to apply the rivets and the hook. So, it's like an assembly line. So when it comes to them, they know how to that's the only thing they know how to do. It's a skill and they are being paid for it. Okay, but if that kind of person wants to earn more money, they can learn, okay, I know how to attach the straps. I know how to attach this. Can I learn how to do that so that, I can increase the value of my skill? Or maybe I should learn how to make a whole bag by myself. I should learn the entire process so that, I can be what they call it now? I can be a utility player. The English is skipping me, but I can play in different roles. You understand? So you can learn how to make bags. Okay, maybe I should even learn how to make wallets as well. I should learn how to make this. So that's just an example. Don't stay in your lane and, oh, this is what I learned in school, and this is what I'm going to, this is what they send me to do here. No, learn how to upskill yourself. Learn something new. All right, learn something new, and find how to increase your income. But what do you do with the income you increase? The mistake people make is that they take, so you're making 500,000, now you start making 700,000. All of a sudden, you want to buy another phone and you want to increase your expenses. Now you want to be, every weekend, now you want to be doing getaway because there's money to fund it. All right, so you want to be doing getaway every weekend, or you want to be ordering pizza now. Pizza is what you use, to do Sunday family time. It's not that it's bad. It's just that you've not understood the purpose for that increase in your income. What if you maintained your lifestyle where it is right now at your 500K income, and when your income moves up to 1 million, you still maintain your lifestyle? I mean, your expenses, your basic expenses, you maintain them at 500K. Take this extra 500K that is coming, new money, and start using that to build wealth. So that's the purpose of increasing your income. So that even if it's 50,000 naira extra you're earning, you don't need to be earning a million naira extra. No, even if it's 50,000 naira extra, you take that 50,000 naira and you start investing. I can assure you, you are going to be better off in the next 5 years than somebody that is trying to, if you are taking 50,000 naira every month and you're putting it in an investment account, or you are investing it in something. I don't care what it is. If you are consistent with it, you're going to figure out what works. You will learn. You will make mistakes. Some months you will take that 50,000 naira. What you do with it will not work out. But that's your tuition fee. All right, you didn't lose it. You just paid your tuition fee. So you will learn. But the most important thing is that wealth building and investing will become a lifestyle for you. And once it's a lifestyle, you've cracked the code. You've cracked the code because you have a budget for it and you are going to crack it. You are going to learn what's working and you will succeed. But if you are the person that is just, oh, when I have extra cash, you're looking for extra cash. When something is enough and then left over, that's what you want to be investing. You can never build wealth that way. It's not possible. Even if you get 10 million one day and you say, let me go and buy land, we're not talking about just having money to buy land. Investing, as I said, is something that you do over and over again. It will be a lifestyle. And by the time you hit that mark, it will not be a surprise to you. All right. So I say increase your income. And then the other thing you need to do is start investing for cash flow. So this is a strategy. You've increased your income, you take that excess income and then you put it away into a project account, waiting for opportunity. That's if you don't know what to do yet, just be putting that money, you know, in a project account, an investment account, waiting for the opportunities. All right. If you already have an opportunity, then be investing that money in that opportunity. It could be several things. For me, I'm highly, highly, highly invested in blockchain because, again, it's a strategy. Blockchain can help you compress time frame. What would have taken you 10 years, you can accomplish in 1 year or less, all right, with blockchain. So it's a strategy. I'm not saying you can't grow wealth in real estate. You can. I'm in real estate myself. I'm not saying you can't grow wealth with agriculture. You can, all right. And I plan to get into agriculture as well, to diversify. But you know, how do you get started? You need a multiplier. and you need something that can collapse time frames. And that's why I'm into blockchain. That's why I love blockchain, because it collapses time frames. One of my friends told me this. He said, number one, you cannot beat anyway, we're not in a race, but just to drive the point home. You cannot beat Bill Gates and Dangote and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk at this paper game. The paper game we're talking about is the traditional finance. Some guys have cracked that code and they've entrenched themselves. But if you're looking for a shot, if you're looking for, an opening, where there is still ground to cover, it's in the digital space. All right. So stop. Don't try to beat these guys at the paper game. On the digital space, it's still a level playing field. It's a level playing field. All right, the world is wide open. In fact, governments are still trying to understand how to apply it, how to regulate it, and how to relate with it in their economy. So if you cash in on that, I don't care if your government is banning or doing anything right now. At some point, they will catch up. But people who have cemented themselves in those areas are just going to be having a field day. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. I'm not getting any feedback. And I see people are watching me. Okay, let me know if this is making sense to you guys. So, cash flow assets. All right, that's my strategy. I take my excess money, I put it into assets that pay me money. I never buy assets that don't pay money. I don't need them. If I'm going to buy an asset that doesn't pay me money, all right, I'm going to use the income from one of my assets to buy that. I need the money that I'm sweating for cannot go to waste. Any money I sweat for with my hands, I'm coming here, I'm doing business. Any money I make here, I'm taking that money and putting it into a cash flow asset. All right, a cash flow asset that is going to be paying money. So every money I make must be working for me. I'm not the only one that will be working for my money. Any money that I make that enters my hand is going to work for me. All right, so I invest in an asset that will pay me cash flow. Don't ask me what asset is that. I'm not going to discuss on this webinar. Come for my next workshop. All right, I invest in assets that will pay me cash flow. Now, the cash flow I'm getting, I can decide. So if you see me on a vacation, if you see me buying a new car, if you see me buying a new phone, it's all from cash flow from one of my assets. It's not my own active income. All right. So it's a strategy. And that's how you preserve and grow wealth. Okay, that's how you grow wealth. I'm seeing more people joining us. Just that we are we are already rounding up. We've been here for 30 minutes. I was going to talk about cash flow quadrant. Um, it's cash flow quadrant will help you understand why I'm going after cash flow assets. All right. Why do I say increase your income first? I understand that it's business people. Business is the engine for income generation. Business, not even investment. Business is the engine for income generation. So even if you're an employee, right, you can find a way, to start a business or be part of a business. You don't have to be the sole proprietor. It can be a partnership. It can be an online business. It could be a network marketing business. It could be an affiliate marketing business. It could be a side hustle, but something where you can leverage other people's time, employ somebody or partner with somebody or work as a team with some people to increase your income and earn extra money. It's very strategic. I'm not saying to just join network marketing because you want to start selling. No, it's strategic. Where can I put my time? Where I can leverage other people's time. I can work with a team, put in a little amount, the little amount of time I have, I can squeeze out, be consistent, and earn an extra 100K per month. You don't even need to earn 1 million per month. Extra 100,000 naira per month that you're putting into investments will change your life drastically. I can assure you that. All right. So I hope this. Toby says yes, it's making brain. All right. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you guys for joining. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Are there any questions before we call it a night? It's been awesome hosting this again. And let me know if there's any comments. If this made sense, type makes sense. All right. If you enjoyed this show. Okay, this is just for us to chat. Very soon we're going to be having, live interviews. We're going to have people who have success in their own fields in each of these areas. How to do business. We're going to have resource people, friends of mine, people that I'm looking up to, people who are my colleagues in business, or even sometimes some people that I've mentored or I'm mentoring, and we'll bring them up. And it could be you as well. You could come up and share with us what's working for you. What challenges do you have? Maybe I should do a Q&A next week. Do you guys want me to do a Q&A next week? Next week's session will be a live Q&A, and we can just come up there. We'll take your question live, and then we'll talk about that. Okay, somebody's asking how can I manage debt and cash flow? How can I manage debt and cash flow? I can't take that question today because it's not directly part of the topic, but I'm going to note that down, and maybe we'll start with that next week. So, how do you manage debt and cash flow? That's a good question, because we're going to have to define what kind of debt you're talking about. There's good debt, there's bad debt. Sometimes it's good to have debt. Sometimes it's good to have debt. Sometimes you need to go after debt if you're trying to multiply. But that's not the debt is not the problem. The debt is not the issue. The issue is what is the vehicle that you're using, your financial vehicle, and what is your strategy. All right. And if you follow the 6 pillars I've talked about in the last 3 weeks, money is going to look for you. I promise you. It's my personal experience. Has anybody called you ever to say, Tunde, I have 1 5 million. Oh, what can I use it for? Can I give you this? If I give you this 5 million, can I give you this 5 million so I can use it to do business and give me returns? Has anybody ever come to you to ask you, I have money. Is there anything that you can use it for? I'm just probably like, what this boy saying? You guys think there's scarcity of money? There is no scarcity of money in this world. In fact, if anything, they print money every day. There is no shortage of money. There's only shortage of courage, ideas, mindset, integrity, character, things like that. I'm telling you, I promise you, if you understand these 6 pillars I just shared here, money will chase you. People will call you and say, I get it. People call me that, okay, I have 10, I have 10 million. What can I do with it? I'm like, what can you do with it? Come and invest in my business, of course. What can you do with 10 million? All right. What did they talk? He says some has. All right. It's true. If the funny thing is that at some level, people start calling you to give you their money. Because nobody wants to invest their money with somebody who doesn't know what he's doing, who doesn't know the purpose for money, who doesn't have a reliable financial vehicle, who doesn't have the right mindset, you don't have any results, you're not in the right network of people. Sometimes some people will ask you for um some people will ask you to give you their money just because of the network you have. They know that, see, forget it. This guy is rolling with this, and this. This is his network. Just help me help me look for a way to put this thing. I just have this money sitting there in the bank, and I know it's not supposed to be dormant. Just help me see if I can. Where can I put it? It happens. I've had people that are like, oh, they have, you know, so and so $1 million, and they're looking for where to put it, because rich people rich people have a money problem. Poor people have a money problem. They don't have enough money. Rich people have a money problem as well because they have too much cash. They have too much cash sitting down that is coming in, and they have to put that money somewhere. We have overshot our time today. I don't want to be overshooting our time. All right. They have to, so you're having 10 million per month, and yet you can't spend that much. So that money is wasting in the bank. It's depreciating. So you need to put that money somewhere. So rich people actually are looking for trusted people they can partner with. Where can I invest this money that it will not go down the drain, but it will multiply it? That's why they go to the stock market. That's why they go into real estate. That's why they buy, they're going to agric. That's why they go into different things, open new businesses, open another, do franchise. They are looking for ways to save that money, the value of that money, and multiply it. All right. So you need to work on yourself, get the right pillars in place, and then money, I can assure you, money is not your problem. Money is not your problem. Once you have these things figured out, if you need to look for money, by the time you open your mouth to ask for it, the person you are asking will know, no, this person understands what he's doing, and I can risk my money with this person. All right. So I hope that is great. That made sense. That wraps it up for that ends it for us today. For somebody was asking me here, can I run the 6 point again? The 6 point, I think you should just listen to the once we're done, just watch the video again. And I took time to do summary of it today. Then also go back to last week and watch the video. It's on my Instagram. I'm going to take them, I'm going to put them on YouTube so that we can always refer to them. But for Sagi, is it Sagi? Sagi.tech or Sagi? I think it's Sagi.tech. Please just watch the replay. Once it's done, it's going to be on my page. And feel free to message me if you have issues, you want to get started on your journey to wealth, or you want to know what I'm doing that's working. For a lot of people right now, I'm in worry. I met some amazing people, and we're trying to start something here. We're trying to build this wealth crusade, all over the place. Just looking for the right types of people who understand the vision, want to build wealth with a purpose that it's for making impact and not just for accumulating money. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a great week ahead. Happy Easter again. Remember, Jesus is risen, and you have no reason to fear, no reason to be in bondage. Jesus has paid the price, and he is risen. He's alive. Okay. So happy Easter, everyone. And make sure you have an amazing week. Go crush it. I will see you same time, same place on Facebook, on Instagram, 9 p.m. to 9:30 on Sunday next week. Have a great week. God bless.